All right, guys, welcome to this worksheet that I've entitled the 100K Coaching Program Cheat Sheet. Now, before we get into this extremely important, probably one of the most important worksheets, especially as you're starting out of the 100K Coaching Program, let me give you the reason why this thing exists. Now, I understand for the majority of people, especially in the 100K Coaching Program, this is going to be your first business. It's going to be your first therapy, coaching, entrepreneurial type business. And I understand that there's a lot of things that you have to do. There's a lot of inputs, there's a lot of outputs, there's a lot of things you have to think about. And I can see very quickly, because it was for me as well, how overwhelmed and confusing everything can get. So that's why this cheat sheet exists. The whole idea behind this is to give you a form of tracking to see where you're going wrong. So as you go through the 100K coaching program, you notice I talk a lot about systems, I talk a lot about inputs, processes and outputs, because that's really all business is, and life in general. You can apply this cheat sheet to your life as well. But in terms of business, I understand that we can make a lot of emotional decisions based on guessing, based on trends, what's happening with the rest of the industry, based on opinions, and based on basically our mood. If we wake up in a bad mood one day, we might make all the wrong decisions for our business and totally blow the whole thing out. So think of this as a cheat sheet that can do the thinking for you. So when you're experiencing a negative output, which would be like no clients, not making money, niche is not working, you have a way to track backwards. That's the key word here, track backwards to see where it went wrong. And by what I mean by where it went wrong is where you made the wrong decision. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys this cheat sheet. This is going to be available for download. I've tried to keep it as simplified as possible. We could get really into the weeds with this and go really far into the layers here, but it sort of defeats the purpose at that point, okay? Going to use this at a very high level view. And this is something that I didn't realize I was doing, or I have been doing my entire business career. I even do this in therapy as well, to sort of track every movement that I make when I'm working with therapy clients, even when I'm doing the ACH training, but especially in business. I didn't realize I was doing this. So this is really, guys, the way my mind thinks on paper. Okay, so again, I've done the thinking for you. Let's dive into this cheat sheet. So this cheat sheet will give you a map and flow of the entire 100K coaching system. Okay, so you can see there's a lot of content in the program. I've taken a 30,000 foot view here, and I've just given you the main inputs, the main parts of the system that you need to keep an eye on. So we have to understand the power of inputs and outputs. Business is nothing else aside from inputs and outputs. If anyone says differently, they're lying to you. Keep it simple. Business is cause and effect. I mean, God, life is just cause and effect. Anything you do is cause and effect. So as I've mentioned many, many times in the program, if you skip the steps, if you iterate them, if you change them, or maybe you just do half of this and a quarter of this, and you join somebody else's program, you do a bit of what they say, I can tell you right now, the whole thing will implode in itself, and you have wasted $997 and you've wasted your time. And I don't want that to happen. So if you skip steps, you iterate them or change them based on your emotions or your guessing of what you think is better. If you change them in any way, you would jeopardize the whole system and the results will be negative. I'm telling you that right now, it'll fail 100% of the time. So guys, just follow the program, especially this cheat sheet as well. Follow the program 100% the way it has been designed. It has been designed for a specific reason. Every single thing, no matter how big, no matter how small, that I tell you guys to do or give you advice on, just follow it. It's there for a reason. Okay. It's not there just because, I don't know, I'm egotistical and I like to hear myself talk. It's not that at all. It's there for a specific reason. Any thinking or emotional actions will also lead to a negative outputs. Okay. So you've got to be very aware of those things. So here we go. If you find yourself experiencing negative symptoms like no clients, no income, overwhelmed, can't get things done, lack of time, all of those sorts of things, anything negative, simply find the part where the pain is felt and work backwards until you find the root cause. I mean, isn't that what we do with therapy? Client comes in and says, Scott, I want to quit smoking. That's a symptom. Okay. And I won't get into the reason why, we have to realize that as a therapist, because you guys will know this anyway. Business is no different. Business has root cause. Business has symptoms. Like people will say to me, Scott, I'm not making any money in my business. And they say, well, that's the problem I'm having. It must be mindset. And they make this abstract decision that it's all mindset. It's all inner child. But when I dig deep and I ask them questions about their business to find the root cause, I find they don't have a niche. Or if they do have a niche, they've just guessed it. I find they're not doing social media. Or if they are doing social media, it's like one video every 4 weeks. These are the things we're looking for. You have to be extremely careful when you make a decision based on this is the current experience I'm having, and this is the reason why. When you start to make those conclusions, you will screw the whole thing up. So instead of moving forward into a conclusion, I like to work backwards to fix the root cause, then the symptom will no longer be felt. Okay, just like therapy. Okay, so you simply want to find the part that is felt and the pain where it's felt, and work backwards until you find that root cause. Give yourself a yes or a no so you can track these things. Once you hit a no, this is the part that must be iterated until it's a yes. Simple. You just change it from a negative to a positive. Okay. For an example, a real crystal clear example, if while following this cheat sheet, you get to a point you think, that's the root cause. I didn't pick a niche. Go pick a niche. And then the symptom will take care of itself. Pretty simple. So I've also put an asterisk next to the biggest contributing factors for failure. Okay, because there's a couple in here that everybody screws up, and I guarantee they will always be the catalyst amongst a few other things, but they're the common catalyst to why people, fail in business, not just in my program, but really sort of any program as well. Okay. So let's start from the start. We've got the 100K thinking. We'll go into the metrics. We'll go into the niche. You can see the asterisk is there. MOS and offer, systems, content and symptoms, another asterisk. They're the important ones. Consistency, that really needs like a double asterisk. Income, and I'll give you some examples of how to use the cheat sheet. So let's go one by one. Again, this is all the same layout as the 100K coaching program, week after week after week. Okay. So here's the most important parts of each subject in the 100K coaching program. Let's start with the 100K thinking. Everything is a system. It's not magic, guys. There's no black magic, no spell, no entity, no energy that is causing you to fail. That is impossible to conclude. It's impossible to get evidence that this is the thing. And so many people get, and I'm not belittling, it is what it is. So many people get caught here and they live by these conclusions and wonder why nothing works in their life. Okay. Life is inputs and outputs. If I want to lose weight, the output is I want to lose 10 kilos. The inputs, if I'm eating chocolate cake and lollies every day, how can I expect the output? But again, I could make the conclusion that the reason I'm not losing weight is because of some negative entity that was passed down from generations from my mother to my father and to me. And that's the reason why I don't lose weight. Don't make those conclusions. Okay. So everything is a system. It's not magic. Every part affects every part, negative or positive. And that's the beautiful thing about systems. Once all your systems are positive, that will contribute to the next positive thing and the next positive thing and the next positive thing and the next positive over and over again. And it becomes a never-ending cycle of positivity. Okay. Business, again, 100K thinking is cause and effect. It's really inputs and outputs. It's emotions versus logic. We go for logic, not emotions. All in or all out. Okay. If you're only 50% in with your success, you're going to get 50% out. You probably actually get less. Okay. Because time plays a bit of a factor there as well. So if you're not committed 100% and you are not committed to do every single thing that I tell you in this program, get out. At least you've made a decision. Okay. I can remember spending years being 50% in, 50% out, and it was torture. I always tell people, and it was quite upfront, but it is what it is. Call a spade, as someone says. I would rather make a decision and give up on this thing 100% than stay in it, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That's torture. At least you make a decision. So guys, make a decision right now as you're hearing this, either in 100% or out 100%. Don't be in 70 because you'll fuck the whole thing up. I need 100% of your attention. Okay. There is no curse, no block, no spirit, no energy stopping you. It's all in your head 100%. Okay. So once you understand this and all that's good, and you agree with all of that, we can move on to the next part. Now, these are just really the little bits behind the scene to make sure the business is set up properly. We understand the metrics is $1,500 plus per result. If you're still on the old session model and you can't wrap your head around it, or you think, oh, I don't know if people around me are going to pay $1,500, please go watch that video again. The reason I say $1,500 is based on the metrics and the 80-20 rule. That's it. Number 2, know your numbers. Know that if you want to make $10,000 per month, that's roughly about 7.5 to 8 clients per month, actually a little bit less, charging $1,500. If you're closing at an average of 50%, which is what I tell people they'll probably start closing at. That means in order to get 8 clients a month, I need to have 16 phone calls. So each day, my goal is to just get those 16 phone calls as quickly as possible. I know that if I get 16 phone calls a month, I close at 50%, I'm going to make $10,000. Pure logic and maths. Okay. So like I said, 10K per month, 8 clients, X amount of strategy calls, 50% close rate. You know your numbers, guy. Learn to love them. I do numbers on everything because numbers are infinite. Numbers are solid. Numbers can be tracked. Numbers leave evidence. Numbers leave evidence in your bank account. You can tell me all day long that you're happy, you're successful, but if your bank account is minus $100 and you can't pay your bills, you're really lying to yourself. Now, I'm not saying money is the most important thing for everybody. I understand that, but you sort of get my point here. Start facing things for what they are, okay? Pure logic, pure numbers, okay? If you get up each morning, you have no idea how many strategy calls per month you need to get. It's going to be very, very hard to coach yourself to do the work necessary. Okay, so if I set it like a really crazy number, like I want to earn $500,000 in a month, I would track that to how many strategy calls I'd need. I'd look at my average close rate. Let's say it's 75% or 90% or something like that. And I work out the maths. I look at the number and I put that number up on my desk or on my whiteboard and I aim to hit that every day. Let's say I needed, I don't know, off the top of my head, let's say I needed 100 phone calls, which obviously the maths doesn't work there, but you sort of see my point. I'm going to put that down to, okay, I've got 31 days this month. I need X amount of calls per day. In order to get X amount of calls, I'm going to do X amount of social media, outreach, all of the stuff I know I need to do, because that way I can get to those 100 phone calls. Just an example. That's what I'm living my life by, guys. And that's what I want you guys to live your business on. Okay. Any good business owner knows their numbers. Okay. So once you master the metrics, we can move on to the next part. Okay. Here's the asterisk, the niche. Now I understand, guys, the niche is the hardest thing to do. It's the hardest thing for people to make a commitment on. It's the hardest thing to wrap your mind around. It's the most challenging part of the program, but so be it. It's hard for a fucking reason. I don't make it extra hard just for the sake of it. Okay. So I can sit back and sort of think, oh my God, look at all these crazy people struggling with this. This is fun. No, I've given you guys the necessary things in order to choose your niche, but I cannot stress this enough. If you're sitting on the niche decision process, you may as well give up because you're not 100% in. Even if you choose the wrong niche at the start, but just show up in that wrong niche, you will learn more about this whole business thing and probably get clients from it just by showing up. Okay. But I cannot stress to you the amount of people that will message me and say, you know, they'll say, I can't find a niche. What they're really telling me is they can't commit to it and they don't want to commit to it. I can't coach people through that. If you come to me saying, I've been sitting there deciding on this niche for the next 2 weeks, last 2 weeks, I've got 3 niches in mind. Can you help me make a decision? No, I'm not going to help you make a decision because I haven't done the research. Trust me when I say just pick one. You're doing more damage to yourself and your business by not picking. You will screw it up less by picking the wrong one. Not picking at all is the worst thing you can do in the business. You may as well give up. If you're not committed to make a decision, give up. And I get this is harsh, guys, but it has to be because I want you guys to succeed. And I do care about your success. But the only way I can coach people to the next step, which is all the social media and the systems, is you have to have a niche. I can't coach you before that. Okay. So in order to find the niche, I think this is where a lot of people get confused on. They have it in their head, the niche they want to work with. Okay. They might say, well, I want to work with professionals and I think professionals have PTSD. That's a guess. Now, sure, your guess might be correct, but you have to go do the symptom hunting to confirm that because otherwise you're guessing. And we know what happens with guessing. Listen to what the market wants, not what you want for them. This is a real niche. Don't listen to experts. Don't listen to gurus. Don't listen to your mom, your dad, your best friend who says you should do this. Don't listen to yourself because you might convince yourself that the best niche is to help people who have been abducted by green aliens. And again, jokes aside, I don't know if that's real or not, but you sort of get my point. If it's not real, it's not real. Okay, but you have to make a commitment. Don't listen to yourself. Listen to what the market wants. Work backwards. You need their words, their symptoms, their pain, and the results that they want, not what you want for them. Symptom hunting and data collection allows us to do this. It's a very simple process, but a lot of people overcomplicate it. And we know we go to Facebook groups, and in Facebook groups, we're looking, is the Facebook group active? Is there a lot of members? Is there a lot of different groups? And as long as you can find big enough clusters of people in active groups who are talking about a real pain, that becomes your niche. You need to confirm that pain. What do they want, not what you want for them? And here's a big thing. You only want to change your niche, guys, after a 30 to 60-day attack. And the 30 or 60-day attack is content and consistency. Cannot tell you the amount of people that change their niche after 5 days or after a week. So, Scott, I'm not getting any clients after a week. And I go, okay, how much content have you done? Oh, I haven't done any content. I'm going to change my niche. The root cause is not going to be fixed by changing your niche. The root cause is the consistency in the content. And again, that's why this tracking sheet, this map, this flow exists. Okay. You have to allow for momentum, not emotions, not trends, not what other gurus are telling you. Other gurus will poison your mind when they tell you this is the niche you should go for. This is the trend you should go for. And I see it all the time. A guru comes up with this like clever tagline or a clever program name, and they say, this is where all problems come from. And everybody jumps on that and thinks it's a niche and wonders why when they create content about it, all they're doing is just helping that guru become rich and famous. See it all the time. And do your research on this. You'll see this. Okay. So the niche, the asterisk is there because a lot of people screw this up. And a lot of the times the end result, which is here, income, if you track it all the way back, it usually starts from here. Okay. Once that's done properly, again, with your MOS and your offer, you have to make sure there's some sort of differentiation if possible. Not everything can be differentiated at the start, but just give it a go at the start and reverse engineer. Least amount of time and effort with clients, MOS. Please get it out of your mind that you have to spend 6 months or a year with clients. Please get it out of your mind that you have to have multiple sessions with clients. That's garbage. It's bullshit. You do not need that. If you want to learn how to get quicker results, contact me about our ACH training. Okay, that's not a pitch. I'm not telling you have to. That's why ACH exists. ACH, the Advanced Conversation Hypnosis Program, works perfectly with 100K because it helps you speed results. And we know why, if you've watched the program, why quick results will make you more money. Okay, pricing on results, not sessions, okay, is the most important part of the MOS and the offer. Clients don't buy time and sessions, they buy results. Also, I should put in here, I'll just put this as a side note, clients don't care what you call yourself. If you want to call yourself a subconscious spiritual engineer, you can call yourself that. But if you put that anywhere on your social media, clients will have no idea what you're talking about because it's not a niche and you've just made it up in your head. So I don't care. Like in my case, people say, well, Scott, are you a business coach? Are you this? I don't care what I mean. Call me what you want. I just know what I can do. I can help people grow a business. And that's all I care about. Okay. Systems. Quite funny amount of people that don't put the systems together properly. You need a booking system. You have to have a survey, all social media set up, your contracts, everything ready to go. That's pretty straightforward. Once that's done once, guys, you never have to touch it again. Okay. Unless you change your niche, which means that a couple of the survey questions and maybe a couple of banners on your social media and your contracts will change, but the bulk of that remains the same. Okay. So once it's done, it's done. Okay. Next, asterisk. I make a massive point, guys, about how important the content is and creating content based on symptoms, not content. I mean, look around you guys with therapists and coaches outside of their program. Take a step back and do this as an experiment. Okay. And do this with an open mind. Go look at everybody's social media content. What's the one thing you notice? It's always about them. I always find it like crazy, like new entrepreneurs and new business owners will go into social media and they'll introduce themselves like, hi, I'm this, that, and the other. Just want to say hello to my new audiences. I do this, 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 and this. This is my journey. This is my story. Talk about ego. Okay. If you contrast that, and I'll just give you this as an example, contrast that to my social media. I don't talk about myself. I don't talk about my journey because no one cares. I'm just constantly educating my market the best way I can. And I'm constantly answering their most common questions, which is the symptoms. And I'm constantly letting them know that I'm the expert and I can help them. Everything outside of that is pure ego. Okay. So we give you guys the structure of the content, just follow it. Okay. And again, just a couple of side notes. I just sort of remember these things as we go through this little worksheet. You'll see a lot of, gurus outside of what we talk about. So in order to be successful on social media, you need to do the reels. You need to have the subtitles. It has to be colorful. You've got to have the right lighting. It's all garbage. You don't need any of that stuff. Okay. Keep the social media. The reason it exists and the reason it works is because you're answering common questions. Everything else is superfluous. Everything else is ego. You don't need to talk about yourself. Don't talk about your journey. You don't need to introduce yourself. You don't need to do any of that stuff. You definitely don't want to be thanking all your gurus and talking about this is RTT, this is hypnotherapy, this is NLP, because your potential clients don't know what their stuff is. They don't care. And all you're doing is helping that guru become more successful by promoting their brand. Talk about what you can do. Okay. So order of impact, videos, 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 videos. If you're scared to do videos, give up on the program. Harsh, I know, but then you're not 100% in. There's no way around videos, guys. Videos and lives, testimonial screenshots and videos, announcement, posts, short blogs, whatever else you want to do after that. Videos are the most important thing. Look at all the gurus, your favorite gurus, tons of videos, thousands of videos per month, probably. There's a reason that thing exists. If you're too scared to do videos, figure out a way to get over it very, very quickly. Because if you message me and ask me, have I got any advice for doing videos? I'm just going to tell you to do them. There's no other way around it. It's not a block. It's not anything like that. It's not an abundance thing. It's not a fucking black magic curse. It's just because maybe you don't want to, or you're not fully convinced that you're an expert in that thing. Get over it as quickly as you can. And I realized this for myself when I first started creating videos. They were horrible. I was all over the place. The only way to get better at things is to practice, practice, practice. Get over as quickly as possible. Because if you start making excuses like, oh, I don't want to make videos, you're going to fail. If you come to me and say, Scott, the program's not working, I'm not getting any clients, and I can see you're not making any videos, that's the root cause. It's very, very simple. Videos, lives, testimonials, announcement, post blogs, anything else you can think of. When I talked about the 30 to 60 day attack, you want to spam these social medias with all of this, not just one. Don't just do announcements because they're safe. That's the easiest, because you'll fail. But don't just pick one social media to work on. Do them all. There's a reason why we teach you 4. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. There's a reason. Some social medias are a pain in the ass to use. Some are slow, some are fast. Just spam them. Constantly updating your content. It's the only way to win at this game. Okay? Consistency. This ties in perfectly here. So consistency, you want to schedule everything. If you're not too sure how to schedule, we give you a schedule in the 100K program. But if you want more advice on that, go watch the masterclass, the scheduling masterclass we did not too long ago. If you go into the 100K into the additional masterclasses section after week 7, I believe it is, you'll see it in there. Go watch that. It'll tell you how to schedule your whole day. 30 to 60 day attack, all social medias. Even if you tell me, I don't know, Scott, if my clients are on that, how do you know? You're just guessing. Just do it. Just follow the program. Okay. Outreach. Make sure you do outreach. I don't care how scary it is. It's a reason it exists. Now, what's crazy is the amount of people that I see, not you guys, but like, in other Facebook groups, other business owners that sit there and bitch and complain about and say, I would never send organic outreach to somebody. I can't believe all these therapists and coaches sending out outreach. I would never do that to my clients. I wait for my clients to come to me because I give out the right energy. And I think, my God, get over yourself. I guarantee if I took a deep dive into that therapist or coaches or entrepreneur's business, they would be failing. So when people say they don't want to, or when people say, I would never do this, that's just telling me exactly how they feel about themselves. It's like reading them like a book. When people bitch about, oh, I don't want to, do outreach. How dare people send an outreach message to me? How I would never do that to people. You're just telling me that you don't want to do it. You're too scared to do it. And you're not willing to take a small risk that could have a massive output in your business, which is income. Outreach is easy. It's hard to do because it's scary, but it's the easiest way to get attention. Good attention, which turns into clients. So just do it. We give you the way to do that. Audience building. Now, I know Facebook sometimes can stop you adding friends. I get that, guys. Please stop posting in the group about it. There's nothing we can do about it. That's the Facebook rules. Please don't message me and say, well, Scott, is there another way around this? If there was another way around this, I would teach it. That's just the way it is. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's fast. Sometimes it's quick and fast for us. We just go with it. But at the same time, if your focus is just on audience building, but you're not making any content, what's the point? You're not going to see any content. So just do it. If it only allows 1 a day, so be it. You've got Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube to use. And I get it. Facebook is an asshole when it comes to that stuff. Does it for us too. It is what it is. If there was another way around it, we would do it. I would teach it. Okay, so there's not. I just teach you the only way we know, because we have to still abide by the rules of Facebook. We can get away with a lot of stuff, but sometimes a little bit harder than others. Okay. Asymmetry in studying surveys. Now, asymmetry, guys, will come later on once you start making money. And asymmetry basically means to really look at the data and look at your surveys and look at where your clients are coming from and double down on those places. There's a reason why I try and have 2 live or 2 new YouTube videos up my YouTube channel every day, 7 days a week. That's because that's my asymmetry. We don't get a lot from LinkedIn, which is really, really surprising. We used to. That's why the LinkedIn strategy exists. But now we don't, which is crazy because I know most therapists and coaches are on there. Now, what's crazy is I could have taken the mindset of, oh, this whole program, the whole system I've created doesn't work. No, I just take it for what it is. LinkedIn doesn't work too well for us. We don't use it. Okay. We do use YouTube and other places as well. YouTube and definitely Udemy is a big one for us. So that's where I double down. Okay. And you get to a point, guys, in week 4, we can hire a virtual assistant who will do all of this stuff for you. Okay. But you've got to do it yourself first. So there's an asterisk there for a reason. Asterisk there for a reason as well. Those two things tying together. Income, when you get to a point of you're getting clients, you're getting income, what are you doing with your income? Savings and investments, get a money manager, accountant, tax specialist, superannuation, 401k, retirement. Again, we talk about this in week 6 or 7, I believe it is. Apologize from one of those weeks. Because you've got to know what to do with your money. There's no point making 30, 40, 50 grand a month and blowing it. Don't be like what I used to do. Just blow it all. Start setting up your, what I call your war chest. Start setting up for what happens later in life when you want to give up on the business and you just want to relax for the rest of your life and retire. Okay. So guys, that's the map. That's, looking at it's quite funny. That's the entire 100K system. I wish it was only that amount of content in the program, but the program requires us to get really deep into the details. Okay. So how does this all work? Like I said, you want to find the pain point, which would be like no income and no clients. You want to work backwards. Am I consistent? Yes, no. Am I doing the right content? Yes, no. Have I got all the systems? Yes, no. Have I got my offer and differentiation? Yes or no. Have I found the right niche? I'm going to show you again how to do that here, but it should be pretty straightforward. Okay. Just like a client presents a symptom, your business will present a symptom. You have to find the root cause. Stop making conclusions. Conclusions, again, are the reason I'm not making money is because I try and live my life, guys, without ever saying that word because. I go looking for facts, I go looking for data, and I look at things logically. Okay, if I'm not getting a result in a goal that I have in my life, I go looking for the logic. And 10 times out of 10, I find the thing that is screwing everything up, I get rid of it, and I achieve that goal. I don't do mindset, I don't do any of that stuff. It all comes down to logic. Okay. So here's an example, guys, work backwards. You got to figure this out for yourself. Example, let's say I've got no clients, work backwards to find the root cause. So let's say no clients. I can skip the income thing because I'm going to get any clients. Consistency. Am I doing the right content every single day, bar none? Am I doing it the most amount that I can? Yes or no? Let's say, for example, I'm saying yes here. Okay. I'm doing all the consistency, social media outreach, audience building as best I can. All of the content, I'm doing videos, I'm doing testimonials like Scott, I'm spamming everything. I show up every couple of hours. So that's a big tick. And if you're getting a yes there, guys, congratulations. Consistency is huge. Content, am I getting a mixture of videos, posts, etc.? Yes. But if, however, I go look at that and say, oh, hang on, I forgot to make videos for the last 60 days. That will be the root cause, guys. Fix that, and I guarantee the clients will come from that. But in this example, I'm doing all the content, I'm doing the consistency, I've got a mixture of videos, posts, etc. That's a big tick, yes. Awesome. Have I made sure all my systems are right? Ah, look at that. I forgot to set up a survey. That's the reason I'm not getting clients. But in this case, my booking, my systems, my surveys, they're all set up 100% properly. Scott, I've checked them all. I've double checked. That's a yes. Have I totally wrapped my mind around the MOS? Yes. I know that my clients want quick results. I know what I have to charge based on my metrics and my numbers. Yes, all of that. So yes, so Scott, I'm working backwards. Yes to consistency. Yes to content. Yes to system. Yes to MOS. Next part, working backwards, we know is that asterisk again, niche. Ask yourself a question. Did I do the niche research correctly? Oh, shit. No, I didn't. I just guessed. Okay, I just guessed that clients wanted to get help from being abducted by green aliens. Man, I didn't do the research. I guessed that whole thing. Yes, I just found the root cause. That's how you use this sheet, guy. Bit of fun, bit of comedy aside. Hopefully you guys see my point. Okay, we can make it even shorter. I've got no clients and no income. Consistency. Have I been scheduling things every day? Have I been working on the business every day? Actually, no. I find that I work on Mondays, then I have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. Then I go back to running my business on Monday. Everything else in between that, I just sort of waste time. That's the root cause, guys. See how simple that can be? Content. Am I doing the videos? No. Am I doing posts? Yes. Am I doing announcements? No. Am I doing organic outreach? No. You need to make those things a yes, guys. Every one of these things has to have a tick yes, 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 because I guarantee the output 100% will be a yes to income. Okay. So you always want to work backwards. This is the entire flow, like I said. You want to, so in this example, the fix is I need to start with the niche research and move forward through the system again. So if I found that, yes, I guessed the niche, I didn't do that part right, Scott, I'm going to go all the way back to the start. I'm going to do the niche research properly. I'm going to make sure my offer's there, make sure the systems are set up. I'll triple check those. I'm going to start the content again. I'm going to do videos, lives, testimonials, consistency. And oh my God, Scott, I just got a paid client. Fantastic. That means that you found the root cause, guys. You fixed the root cause. Now you're going to experience new positive symptoms. That's all business is. Like I keep reiterating like a broken record, please don't make that conclusion. The reason why I don't have clients is because of mindset, inner child healing, all of that stuff. Because I guarantee 100% of the time, if I took a deep dive into your business, you're lacking in all of these places. I guarantee it every single time, 100% guaranteed every single time, because the amount of people I talk to on strategy calls, I actually go through this almost to an extent on a strategy call. When people give me that conclusion, I backtrack through their business and I always find what the root cause is. And then I find the excuse, I find the reason, I find that they've told me, like a guru says, well, it's always crazy. I always hear a lot of people say the gurus, my guru, my trainer, my teacher said, I don't have to do videos because that's not how it's done. But the guru does videos and lives and stuff like that. I always find that crazy. But aside from that, guys, hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So like I said, the conclusions we normally make, guys, and I used to make these too. So I include myself in the way I used to think. Okay. Usually what happens is this, we experience the symptom of no clients and we conclude that it's mindset, money blocks. People think it's their banner. Like, oh, Scott, I've been working on my banner for 2 weeks. I'm not sure if I should put a full stop at the end of the sentence. A banner is not going to change your entire business. A banner, a few words here and there, like the word and to the word if or something small like that, that's not the root cause. Or they go ahead and they change a word in their niche, or worse yet, they go and change their niche over and over and over without following this flow. And because they've been missing out on all of this, and as an example, all of this, they keep thinking it's my niche. I keep changing my niche and my niche and my niche and my niche because they're too scared to do this stuff if that's what the root cause is. They change the color of their banner. Don't do that stuff, guys. That's not the root cause. They hire a VA too early to do their social media and expect their VA to get them clients. Doesn't work like that. Okay. They lower their prices. Please don't do that. If you lower your prices, you'll screw up the whole 80-20. They go buy another program and another program and another program. It just defeats the purpose. They give up after 2 weeks and they blame the program. Worst thing is they go on other Facebook groups. They'll complain about this program to everybody else and say it doesn't work. But what they're not telling people is I only did about 2% of the program because I was too scared to do the rest. So they're lying to everybody else. But you know, if that makes them feel good, so be it. If we find that out, guys, which we find out every now and then, I just kick you out of the program. Fair and simple. They decide Facebook and Instagram doesn't work and they just want to use YouTube because that's what they think. If clients just came from YouTube, guys, I would just teach YouTube. The reason why there's 4 social medias, like I said, some are a pain, some are easy to use. The reason there's all 4 is because we have to spam social media. Don't make a decision based on what you think or your experience, because the reason you're in this program is probably because you've got no experience. Okay. Or etc. You know, they make excuses, they have thoughts, they have conclusions, listening to gurus, they're guessing. And like I said, I used to do that a lot, guys. Okay. I talk about that in the first video of week 2. The ebbs and flows of my business, how I used to run my business. Go check that out because this was me. Okay. So guys, just to recap right here. Okay. This cheat sheet will give you a map and flow of the entire 100K system. Understand the power of inputs and outputs, guys. That's all this business is. So if you find an output that's negative, go look for the root cause. Don't make a conclusion. Go hunting for the root cause. Find what it really is. There might even be a couple. Fix up those root causes. get a yes next to each one of these things. And by the time you get down to here, if all of these things are ticked yes, and you haven't lied to yourself, like it's an absolute yes, 100%, I guarantee this will be a yes as well. Seen it every single time. If you follow the program 100% without thinking, without overthinking it, with doing everything spot on, I guarantee you'll get clients. Okay, it's been designed that way. It's business, pure and simple, inputs and outputs. All right, guys. So hopefully that was informative. Should be pretty in your face, but that's pretty much it, guys. That's how I run my entire business. That's how I recommend you run yours. Like I said right at the start, guys, be either 100% in and 100% out. 100% out is also not following the systems the way it's set up. If you only want to do a couple of them, I would say don't even bother doing it at all, because it's not going to work. Okay, I want this to work 100%. My goal with our company, guys, and something I am obsessed with, is trying to have this program as close to 100% guarantee success rate as possible. Now that's impossible. Nothing is 100%. We're getting in the close 90s, if not high 90s. And I'm always trying to push it to make it easier for you guys to make more money. We're always doing that. So as long as you keep following it, as long as you keep attacking your business like a psycho person, you will win every single time. Okay. All right, guys, let me know if that makes sense. I'm going to post this in the Facebook group. This will also be in the 100K coaching program as well. And guys, reach out, like I always say. If you have any questions, reach out in the Facebook group. And guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.